Oracles of Olympus. Welcome to Oracles of Olympus, the podcast of all things in miniature wargaming, role-playing, board games, and general nerd culture, all with a taste of cynicism, sarcasm, and nerdy banter. Please join Kyle, Ryan, CJ, and GM Drew as we break down all the stuff. Hello and welcome to episode 14 of Oracles of Olympus.
We're
Episode
back.
14, the Bitchening.
I'm talking to you slightly more in the future than I normally would.
I so wanted to
Or would it be closer in the past?
Less in the
Closer in the past to
Closer
when
in
they're
the
listening to
past?
this. Yeah.
Closer to the past. God damn, you should write a movie.
I should write a movie.
Yeah, I bet
No one
Michael
would be
Bay
able
would
to
totally
follow
produce
it.
that. No, Michael Bay
It'll
can.
be Michael.
Okay.
I'm going to get Michael Bay to direct my movie, and it's going to be nothing but explosions and like flashbacks and flash forwards.
And helicopters flying past sunsets. Mr.
Yes.
Bay, if you're listening and you'd like
We'd
to come
love
on
to
the
have
show,
you on
yeah, we would love to have you come on.
Actually,
and,
we haven't had one of those.
no, we haven't in a while.
we haven't. No, I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. It's a classic now. So,
It's just our charm.
hi everybody. I'm Kyle. There's lots of spoilers in this episode, so if you don't want to hear spoilers about Avengers and all kinds of stuff like that,
Go see the movie.
yeah, if you really, honestly, it's been out for almost a week. If you haven't seen it by now, that's your fault. I'm not worried about
It's not
you.
our fault.
Han Solo dies.
Yeah.
Han Solo dies right at the end.
Han
Also,
Solo
right in
dies.
the beginning, Snape kills Dumbledore.
Oh yeah, Snape kills Dumbledore. That's for sure.
Luke dies at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Also, Vader is Luke's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Is the spoiler.
Lots of spoilers.
Bruce Willis is dead.
Oh yeah, the
oh,
whole
he's
time.
actually- yeah, the whole
whole
time he
fucking
was-
time he's just a corpse. Yeah, that's real. That's definitely a thing. Also, the monsters in the village are just the fucking other villagers. It's
Yeah,
real
they're
fucking.
the
separate.
village elders.
Yeah, she just jumps over a wall at the end. And
Oh,
there's in a
and-
fucking park or something.
And it turns out to be the plants the whole time.
Oh yeah, it was the plants. Yeah, it
it's
was the trees.
plants.
Yeah.
And Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
What? No. No. Oh, Marky Mark. If only
Okay.
he had stayed with the Funky Bunch.
Dude. Marky
That'd be
Mark and the
cool.
Funky Bunch.
That's where it's at, man.
Dude, that's my favorite Marky Mark.
What's on the agenda? We have a lot of shit to talk about today, I feel like.
We do.
It's been... So we're recording this on Tuesday due to some scheduling difficulties over the weekend when we normally record. We were all like crazy busy and couldn't make it, so we're doing Tuesday night here. And
What a
man,
day.
it has been a fucking day, you guys.
Yeah.
See, like I'm pretty sure that at one point today my blood pressure was up like fucking 40 points over the norm. Like it has been a long day, and I have so much to tell you about things. I've missed you. It's been a week. I miss doing this. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to be inside of you. And no, I want. Wait, no, that came out. I want you to be inside of me.
We're inside their ears.
I want to be in your ears, but I want you to be inside of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots to tell you.
We also have CJ.
Hi,
who's
it's
here.
CJ. Speaking
that
to
was
you
just
closer
all-
in the past.
That was just all my intro. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. That's a good one. That's a good one. And Ryan is also
Good evening.
awake this evening.
Yeah, oh, man. I feel great.
Maybe we should podcast in the evening.
Yeah,
more
like
often.
we're doing. Normally we do this in the morning.
I am
he's,
not a
like,
morning
dead.
person.
And yeah, like Big Swolski's like totally like zoned out and dead.
He
And
just
then
like stares blankly at a wall with
Yeah.
his arms kind of like at the same position the whole time, like this.
the funny thing
I
is
wish I
too.
could show you.
And then I'll wake up to laugh and like wake up to throw in a snippet, and then I'm like back to
Yeah, you
it's
are.
morning.
The funny
I
thing
hate
is
my
too,
life.
like it's morning, so we always have donuts. We started like we get down to like start recording, and I'm immediately like, man, I'm fucking hungry now. Like I've like done this so much, I've
Pavlov's
trained
donuts.
myself. Yeah, I've like
You're like
Pavlov trained
Pavlov's
myself
dog,
to want
yeah, like a
donuts.
donut now. when we
Yeah,
come
somebody
down
ring a
here.
bell and give me a piece of chocolate. Like, I super want donuts right now. Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into some new product this week, and then
Yeah.
we'll get to the real big.
Because we got some big
of this.
news.
So
There's lots of big news. Like, okay, so
Van Sar.
yeah, House Van Sar for Necromunda is out this weekend.
They look really good.
God, they look badass. I want to get some just to convert, if nothing else. Gang War 3, which is the supplement for them, comes out with them along with their cards and dice.
Is there anything big in Gang War 3 that they're changing?
No, there's nothing big.
so,
Really, the Gang War books just kind of come out with a new gang, so they'll add in some new missions. I do believe the new Gang War 3 book has some of the new mercenaries in it.
Have you seen all the models for the new mercenaries?
God damn, they look good. On Forge World, they're up right now. There's like the first 4 mercenaries are up on
like
Forge
the guy
World
with
right
the
now.
dog is really good looking.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so he's actually not a mercenary, I think. I think he's actually just an Orlok gang leader. I think he's an Orlok general.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah, I believe he's cool because there's a Escher Queen and a who are the big Rock Johnny looking motherfuckers. So I can't think. Yeah, Goliath. Thank you.
Yeah. Crack Rock Johnny.
Big Rock Johnny ruling this trailer park. Yeah, the Goliaths. They have a Goliath warlord who's like coming out sometime in the near future.
Like
But
the
yeah,
squat assassin.
the squat assassin.
The
looks
squats
cool.
are back. I expect you to play
He does
those,
look
Kyle.
really, I'm definitely gonna get him. I mean, like, there's not a scenario in which there's a dwarf model that comes out that I don't want.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to play me in the game.
If you were ever curious, he basically owns every dwarf model ever.
I own a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of dwarves.
He
I have
kind
a
of
thing.
looks like a dwarf. He's a little tall.
I've been crafting my body over years and training it with like lots of starchy foods, breads, and beer to shape and mold it into the perfect dwarven body.
He's the perfect dwarf that sits
Yeah.
before us now.
I'm like an Adonis dwarf.
Like, if only you could turn this into a procedure people could get, like a dwarf plasty.
I can definitely turn this into a procedure people can get. I can write down my diet for you. It's a lot of dark beer, lots of bread, lots of starch.
Carb heavy?
Yeah, it's carb heavy. Lots of starch based
Lots of
food.
cheese and dairy.
Oh yeah. Well, not a lot of dairy, but definitely a lot of cheese. Which I
Much
guess isn't
long
dairy,
walks
but-
to 2 doors down.
And you know, honestly, I go to 2 doors down kind of regularly, but it's not super frequent right now.
No?
I've
Not as
been
much
doing
as
it
I
for
used to.
5 years straight, so like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a little burned out. Not that I don't love 2 doors down.
They're great.
Right now, I've been eating their Philly cheesesteaks, and those are really good. Like surprisingly well
There's
done.
also the cool mercenary that's got like the
giant hat.
the hat.
Yeah,
So
he's
you've
like
seen him?
robotic.
Oh
looking
yeah,
mercenary.
He's
And
kind of
then-
like one of those old
There's-
shogun type of.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty
He's
rad.
like a water guild mercenary.
Yeah, something like that.
And then there's Donna or
Yeah, the
Belladonna.
former Escher ganger with a
Yep.
robot leg.
And arm. If you read her little snippet, she was blown up at her wedding and it blew half her body off, so she got it all cyborged. And
I
now
kind of
she's
want
like
to.
gonna murder people.
I kind of want to get her and paint her up in like the Bruce Lee yellow jumpsuit, and like make her my Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Like, she's my Uma Thurman.
Yes.
Yeah.
She'd be great for a Mechanicum army.
She would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
We might have to get her.
We might have to.
Uma Thurman. Here
Yep.
we come. She'd have really wide set eyes like Uma Thurman.
Like when you paint in the far corners.
Yeah, right? Like, I kind of always imagine that Uma Thurman almost sees in walleye vision. Miss Thurman, if you're listening and you'd like to come on the podcast,
We'd love to have you on to talk about your walleye
defend
vision.
your giant wide
That's
face
why. Hold on,
eyes.
that's why she can defeat so many people. She
Yeah,
can
she
see
can
him
see.
coming up
Yeah,
from
she can
behind.
see like right. Like normally we can
Peripheral
see.
vision is almost 360.
Yeah, right. Like you know, the normal human's peripheral vision is like what, maybe like 120 degrees.
Yeah.
Hers is definitely like 240.
Uh-huh.
That's double. That's double the amount of stuff she can see with
She's
those big
double
wide
human.
eyes. It's pretty great. Other new stuff coming out. We
The
have
Deepkin.
3 new characters for the Deepkin. Yeah, the Soul Scryer, the Soul Somethinger, and the other mage.
Underwater mage summoning.
There's
thing.
a mage, there's a priest, and there's a Soul Reaver. The Soul Reaver is the one you're actually going to want because he makes Namarti Thralls better. He lets you bring back Namarti Thralls.
Which one of our guys doesn't think it's good?
Well, I'm sorry, but they're wrong.
Well, you're telling Nick he's wrong then.
No,
I just outed you,
No, it's
Nick.
not Nick.
It is Nick.
No, because we talked about
Because
it.
he initially told me, he's like, well, I think you just bring more of them because bringing back D3 is not enough to make a difference by how fast they'll be dying.
Yeah, but we talked about it because Nick and I have actually played a game against each other already, and I think he's there with me because you're only bringing back D3 if you don't bring the good one. If you bring the good one, you're bringing back D3 plus 3, so you're getting
You're right. That's a big
you're
difference.
getting a bigger hit there, and it's D3 plus 3 plus 1 per wound the Soul Reaper does, and he has a 2 damage weapon.
Okay.
So you can bring back, I would
Up to
say
like 8
max. No, because he's got 4 attacks. You can bring
shit.
back a few. You can bring back a chunk of the unit. Like, it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
I think that they're really good, and I think you take multiples. I think you take 2 Soul Reavers. Like, you definitely want a couple of those guys. I will revise my original position on taking just all Namarti Thralls. After Nick and I played, I think we kind of came to the position that it's good to take 2 big units of them and then take 1 unit of the Reavers because you're going to want some guys to hang out in camp objectives anyways. And so you're going to want those bow armed troops to do that.
I agree.
But I said, I did get to play with Nick, and the Namarti Thralls were terrifying. Like they were really, really scary. The amount of attacks they put out. It was a rough game.
It's like somehow like a home for the blind just turned into this ultimate ninja
yeah, right.
school.
Like
yeah.
basically they're all trained by Stick from Daredevil. Yeah. Like it's just real. They're real fucking brutal and unforgiving. They don't care about life at all. They just want murder.
Murder and to steal your soul.
Yeah. That's what we have coming
Totally
out
like
this
that witch from the Army of Darkness who's like, I'll swallow your soul.
That's right.
And then I reply, come get some.
Come get some.
I think you'd say it better, though.
What?
Come get some.
Come get some.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's our Bruce Campbell.
Are you kidding me?
Impersonator.
I've been working on a Bruce Campbell impression for a while.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have just an all Bruce Campbell show.
It makes my hands.
Bruce
sweat.
Campbell, if you hear this, we'll have you on.
Yeah, Mr. Campbell. I feel like Bruce Campbell.
We'll do like a one-day broadcast. We should do live if we did that.
Oh, I'd do
Gay
live.
broadcast?
1 day broadcast.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could do a
We could do a gay broadcast
Sure.
too.
Why not?
I would love that.
We all have to,
So
we have to get it really hot, Drew, in our recording
Speaking-
studio, and we'll all wear Speedos and be really
I'm wearing
sweaty.
chaps.
Are they assless?
There aren't assed chaps. We have been over this. There's no such thing.
as ass
Hashtag
chaps.
there
They're
are
just
no
leather
assed
pants.
chaps.
They're just leather pants.
See,
They're
sometimes
either assless chaps or leather pants.
No, they're either chaps or leather pants. To say assless chaps would be to infer that there are assed chaps.
What if there's thonged chaps?
That doesn't
That'd
make
be great.
sense.
Yeah, it would. It would
No,
be
it
a
doesn't.
belt.
That's
and
just
then-
a
and
butt
then-
cutout.
and then a
you
butt
need some
floss.
extra security to stop them from riding up, so you get
Yeah.
that deep crack.
Oh, yeah.
line
How is that
there.
going to stop them from riding up?
Oh,
That's not going to stop them from riding up.
It's not going to stop much from riding anywhere.
Depends on how tight you get it.
I understand now clearly that you, sir, have never worn a thong, but I can tell you that
Me?
is not. No, I'm talking to CJ.
Oh,
No, I
I was
haven't.
like,
That is
sir.
not going to stop your chaps from riding up. A thong is not helping you.
No.
I promise.
Does it ever feel weird to you guys that we're four nerds sitting in a basement talking to nothing unless we upload this? Sometimes.
No, you're shattering the illusion.
Maybe for you, I'm talking to the voices in my head
Like
the whole time.
for a little bit, I felt like I'm talking to all of my future listeners live, like I'm really teleporting through time to them, and then it hits me. No, I'm just sitting in a basement talking to a computer.
CJ's finally coming to the realization that we were all like started at, like we're just recording our voices.
Yeah.
Like the whole time for CJ, he's like directly talking to you.
I am in my head. I'm talking to you, my beloved listeners, right now.
I like to think that you all know that deep down inside, I'm inside of you, and that I'm always talking to you.
It's literally like how this podcast got started was just us goofing around and talking, and people were like, "You guys
should
are
record
funny,"
that.
and we're
Yeah,
like,
I can't believe like how many
"We
times
need
you were
to
like, "You should
this."
record this," and I'm like, "That's dumb."
Yeah. Nobody cares what a bunch of
Here
fat
we are.
nerds
Yeah,
say.
here we are, right? Being dumb. No, it turns out it's pretty fun to do.
We only need like 10 more subscribers, then we can retire. No, I'm just kidding.
I think we need like 10 more subscribers
we're
to
making,
break
like-
20.
We're making
No,
like.
we're at like 50.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Thank you, all 50 of you.
I think
guys
we're
are-
at like 56 or something.
If we're
like that.
actually at 50, then you guys are fucking awesome. Like,
I know
Thank
it's
you, people.
north of 40.
That's
I know it's north of
fantastic.
40.
I'm gonna go look.
So, Bruce Campbell,
Bruce,
Bruce will
who's
have you
not
on.
in Avengers.
I'm really he was not in Avengers.
Wait, okay, so we're going to talk about
everyone
Avengers.
else.
talk
We're at 45 subscribers.
I knew it was north of 40.
We're doing way better than
doing
I thought
good.
we were. I thought we were like 10.
Look,
you
tell,
guys
your,
are
tell,
awesome.
tell your sister, your brothers, your uncles, your aunts.
The mom and dads who don't even understand, just go on
mom
their
and-
computer
yeah,
and like
just
it. And
Ring
subscribe.
the bell.
Yeah,
Subscribe,
ring
like,
the bell,
comment.
subscribe.
Like,
We gotta grow. We need to grow.
I want to talk to more future people.
There's so much of me that I want to share it with all of you. And I want to share it with the people I haven't even met yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to share myself with people I haven't met.
Kyle's very generous.
Yeah,
He shares himself in alleys all the time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Behind dumpsters.
Behind dumpsters. But in dumpsters sometimes,
Like-
too.
Hey.
The Frontier
front
Mall
of-
bathroom.
The Frontier Mall bathroom. So
He gets in a suit and he pretends he's an Idaho senator, like he's tapping his foot underneath the stalls.
an Idaho senator.
No, that's
It's like, no, that's the wrong one. There's a trash bag over that bathroom.
Right,
yeah.
He's like, damn it.
So we're gonna spoil the shit out
So
of some
if you-
Avengers.
If you care, you've been warned. Turn it off now.
Yeah, like, fast forward a few minutes, and if you hear us talking about
Avengers
how
still.
Thanos kills half the Marvel Universe, and it's definitely not Cap, but definitely like Scarlet Witch and Vision and a fuck ton of other people.
How about
if you care about not hearing about Spider-Man being a dead guy?
Yeah,
then you should skip
in
ahead.
a very
Also
sad
care
death.
about
skip
Loki's
ahead
neck
now.
being snapped.
Loki dies in
Yeah,
the first 10 minutes.
Definitely skip ahead if you don't want to know that all the Guardians of the Galaxy die except Rocket.
Yeah.
If you're not interested in knowing that kind of spoiler, skip ahead.
You've been warned.
Yeah. Also, get wrecked. Like,
Because if you
got
haven't
you
seen
good, rookie.
Avengers yet, then fuck you.
dude, if you haven't seen Avengers, yeah, fucking
Been out for a week.
understand that the bullshit you think is important in your life about being an adult was not that important, man.
No,
Go see
it
Avengers.
wasn't.
Like,
There's
no
excuse.
one cares if you need to pay your mortgage or your rent. No one cares.
Go see Avengers.
No one
Speaking of
cares
which-
if your kid flew in to see you the one time like
Yeah,
a weekend.
no.
This
no.
is Avengers.
And don't even try to remotely use the in-laws as an excuse because I see right through that bullshit.
No one wants to spend time with their in-laws. That's a rule.
So we like the movie, right?
I'm still on
I
in-laws,
enjoyed
which
the
I
movie
dislike.
immensely. Here's what I would say. The movie, like,
Was
I enjoyed
great.
it. I felt like it was really good. It felt like the right capstone to the last 10 years of watching movies.
Yeah.
Like, I was satisfied with the movie. Like, it was good. I was entertained. I was honestly surprised at how well they fit in like fucking 300 movie stars into one movie.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
because I thought it was going to be kind of chaotic. I was like, there's so many people. How is this going to work? And it was okay. And it
you
turns
know
out
what?
because they kill a bunch.
Turns out there was Jason Statham was sitting at the table with
Yeah.
the other directors. I saw that, and I saw it again this weekend. I saw it
you
twice.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, good movie.
it's good. I picked up more.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's a great movie. It's.
I
was skeptical, and I
really
loved
liked Thanos.
I did
I
too.
did too. He was a very likable
Almost to the
bad
point
guy.
where I
was.
kind of see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit more Third Reichy than I would go, but yeah.
Well,
It's like,
yeah.
yes, it's okay that, if we're going to bring balance to the universe, only half of everyone has to die.
Well, no, like he's doing it from a not I hate everyone point. He's doing it from a no. Hold on, he's doing it
definitely
from
hates everyone. He's willing to kill half of them.
No,
Yes.
yeah,
He's
that
doing it
doesn't
from
mean
love.
so.
No,
He's
he doesn't
literally
hate everyone.
He doesn't hate everyone. Literally, he's doing it because he says it. There's a finite
Just like
amount of
Death, yeah.
resources in the galaxy.
Yeah,
he
so
goes.
you gotta
he
thin
goes.
the herd.
It sucks.
Fuck's sake.
He literally says that. He goes. It hurts me to do it, but it's the only way.
Can I just say how excited I was about Mecha Dinklage?
I knew you would be.
I was like, well, because I had no idea, but I was like, yeah, sure, it makes sense. You're a movie star. Why wouldn't you be
And
in
you
this
know what?
movie?
No one saw the dwarf. Everyone, when that happened, they're just like, "Oh fuck, it's giant Peter Dinklage."
Yeah, everyone's like, it's huge Tyrion. He's like, half the people don't even know his name and shit.
With giant metal hands.
If only one of them had like a metal cup attached to it
Yeah.
that was filled with liquor.
I want a metal cup pen that's just filled with liquor and blackjack.
But I agree. I thought that so many of sometimes the bad guys in Marvel are like, we're bad because we're bad and we're going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Thanos had motivations that you could, although dark, you could understand. Like, you knew why he was doing what he was doing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, okay. I mean, sometimes
How fucking cool is it when Bucky died? Bucky dies too.
Bucky
Yeah.
dies too.
He's all like, caps. Merp. Everyone's just like falling apart. Like, yeah.
I think
Also, Black Panther dies.
He
I'm
just
just trying to think of
turns
everyone who dies and like spoil
to
it.
Mist.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider dude, when
Strange.
Peter Parker,
Doctor Strange definitely dies.
Yep.
Yeah,
Strange
get wrecked.
dies.
Peter Parker sitting
His
there.
was
and
sad. He's like, I don't want to
No,
go.
no, like he's freaking out. and he
Mr. Stark, no,
Mr. Stark, I don't want to go, and he's just like, that kind of sucks. No, not
Sorry,
no,
you're
told you not to
definitely
come out
fucking
here.
dead. Whoopsie.
It's just Gamora and Stark sitting on some shitty world now.
Gamora is totally dead, dude. He threw her down a fucking cliff.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not Gamora. I meant Nebula. He and
Yeah.
It's Tony Stark and Nebula.
I
just
loved
hanging
all
out
the
on
girls
Titan.
in the theater when Groot was done.
Yeah, and all the girls were crying.
Fuck
like,
that.
"No."
Get wrecked. Teenage Groot's stupid.
Yeah, Teenage Groot
Teenage
was
Groot's
ass.
fucking annoying, dude. Like, I'm
played
okay
the
with
video
full-grown
game the whole
Groot,
time.
and I'm okay with Baby Groot.
Yeah.
Fuck Teenage
Baby
Groot.
Groot was adorable.
Teenage Groot can get
Teenage
smashed up
Groot-
and burned in kindling, man. I don't give a fuck about that guy. He was annoying.
The best thing, Thor, though, calling Rocket Rabbit all the time was fucking awesome.
I'm
it's like,
definitely a
Rabbit,
fan.
more power! Like,
Yeah,
You see Rocket, he's like, God damn it.
right? The whole time, just like,
like when he's leaving the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Thor's like, good luck, morons. May the luck be with you."
Yeah.
good luck,
He-
morons.
He's so good in that role. He is.
He
Thor.
really is. Yeah, he really is. Thor.
Oh, man.
You know the luckiest one? Fucking Clint, the
Hawkeye?
The Hawkeye. You're like,
How do you
I'm
know,
retired on
How
my.
do you know he's not dead?
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
Shit.
Clint's definitely dead.
Mind
Here's
blown.
what I would like the most.
Yeah.
Clint is dead or his whole family is dead and he had to watch. Those are the only two acceptable
I would
things.
love Clint just sitting at the table. He's like, "Hey, are we having roast beef?"
Oh
The whole family turns to dust at the dinner table.
Nobody knows anything that's going
the car?
on. Yeah, and like their kids are sitting there like. Like,
Dad's
that would
like
be
carving
terrible.
the roast and just goes to dust. Yeah.
no! God damn! Can you
Yeah.
imagine the cleanup after that? That's a lot of ashes to clean up all of a sudden.
You
Samuel
definitely.
Jackson's.
Yeah,
Mother-
motherfucker. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good.
Okay,
It had-
so
yeah.
out of all of the end movie scenes, I think that one was my least entertaining one because it was just like
It's Samuel L. Jackson being Samuel L. Jackson.
It is, but it was like it was too breaking the fourth wall for
Yeah.
me. It was just like, oh yeah, okay, more people are dead. I mean, I don't give a fuck about that. Like everyone's
But it
already
did
dead.
show Captain Marvel's coming.
It did
Another
show Captain Marvel's
spoiler.
coming. Yeah, which
Fast
is
forward
good.
if you don't want to know Captain Marvel's coming.
Yeah, like a
I guess-
90s throwback movie.
Yeah, I guess hers is gonna be a prequel.
Yeah,
So they're doing a prequel, and then they're going to bring her into the Avengers for the next one.
Yeah,
yeah.
When's the prequel supposed to come out?
February?
February of next year. Yeah.
Okay.
I loved the fist fight between Thanos and Hulk.
God, that was good. Yeah,
It was like two
Beats the shit
silverback
out of
gorillas
I
fighting.
also
You're like,
appreciate-
yes.
I also appreciate that after Hulk gets fucking owned, Bruce Banner gets like Hulk.
Why did they pussify him? By the
What
way?
do they pacify who? Hulk?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Why? What's going on?
Are you talking about the Hulk erectile dysfunction?
Yes.
The Hulk erectile
Oh!
Well,
that's because Hulk is a big fucking bitch, and when he
Yeah.
loses, he gets all whiny and shit.
Yeah, Hulk-
He's just
Hulk
like,
is
I
a
don't
big
want to
baby.
come out.
He's like, Hulk best, not Thanos. Hulk best. And then when Thanos beats the shit out of Hulk, he's like, no, I don't want to go out it. No, I'm staying in my room. I'm playing with my toys.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for him to bust out that Hulk.
Yeah,
Hulk
no.
suit and-
No, Hulk is a baby.
Hulktile dysfunction is a real thing.
Yeah, that's
It happens.
something-
It happens to 1 in 4 Hulks,
I
but
think
it
the
doesn't
most-
have to happen to you.
Did you hold on? On a side note, did you hear this? Speaking of Hulktile dysfunction, now Snoop Dogg is on the radio.
I have heard this
Yeah.
on Spotify. Like Snoop Dogg is on
Is
Spotify.
he doing boner pills?
Yes,
talking
he has
about
his
boner
own line
pills.
of boner pills now.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, you don't have to have erectile dysfunction because it doesn't happen to me. I'm like, well, then why did you get into this business?
He's like, is your
That just
dizzle out
seems
of
weird.
fizzle?
Yeah, is your dizzle out of fizzle? Are you on? Are you got the broke dizzle? Because
You
I got
broke
the pizzles.
dizzle? I'll put fizzle in your dizzle.
Yeah, I got some pizzles for that dizzle.
But yeah, you remind
God,
me
that
of
is
with Hulk,
fucking
Hulk
disappointing.
Tower Dysfunction.
Man, just goes to show like
At least
how
he's
old
not
he actually
Snoop Lion
is.
anymore.
I mean, he's
No,
always
he's Snoop
Snoop
Dogg.
Lion in my heart.
Well, people made fun
came
of him,
back
so
from
he
it,
was
yeah.
just like, no.
Yeah, people were like, "That's fucking dumb, dude. You're
I
not a
think-
lion."
So what's the dude, the character that flies around like the hawk?
Falcon?
Falcon?
Yeah, that dude. Whose name I didn't even know, apparently.
Yeah.
I think he had the most uneventful death because he literally turns to ash while War Machine's looking around for him, like, it's like, hey, where you at, Sam? And he's just like,
It's funny. I don't
Sam,
even remember
Sam.
watching him disappear.
So here's the thing. Okay, let me go. This is my one gripe about the movie.
Okay.
I have one gripe only, and it's in the big battle scene.
Okay.
Right. The big battle scene. So War Machine is one of my favorite Marvel characters.
Mm-hmm.
I love War Machine. I love Rhodey. Like I love that he's Iron Man, but with fucking just kick-ass guns.
Yeah.
Like, Iron Man is cool, and I like repulsors and all, and that's all neat, and like little hand blasts. But I also really have this deep-seated love for chain guns.
Yeah.
Like if you could put a Gatling cannon on something, I'm immediately 10 times more interested in whatever that something is. So he's flying around, and they have all the like weird demon dogs or whatever, like pushing through the barrier, and he's like, "Watch this, everybody!" And he like drops like 6 cluster bombs, and
Yeah.
he fucking kills the shit out of like 12 dogs. Like just
Right, yeah.
he takes those 12 dogs and turns them into fucking Kandahar. He just makes it rubble and ash. But I'm looking at it, and like on the other side, like, it shows him blowing up these 12 dudes. On the other side of the wall, there's like 1,000 of them. I'm like, I don't want to criticize him because he's a colonel and I'm not. I'm just saying.
Tactically, that
Tactically
makes no
speaking,
sense.
I feel like you just open a thing in the top. War Machine flies out, bombs the fucking piss out of all those things. It's like mission accomplished, everyone.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Turns
Go
out
back,
space.
soda's on me.
Yeah, it turns out space alien demon dogs are no match to cluster bombs. Like they're just dogs are not equipped to fight cluster bombs. It's just that's just a fact of reality, ladies and gentlemen. So my
turns
only
out
gripe
carpet
is he
bombing
wastes
works.
his bombs on like 4 things.
Sorry, Toby.
I guess I have one other gripe.
Okay.
It's in the same attack. The giant like drill things
Yeah.
that they have to drill under the shield.
Just
Why the
randomly roll around.
why no. Why the fuck don't you lead with that? They're like, there's a shield. Let's just throw our dudes at it like for days. It's a good thing nobody came out and cluster bombed you, dumb fucks, because you didn't have no army left. Unless you had led with the drill. That would have worked really
if you
well.
led with the drill and got under the shield, and then they were the same damn things that carried the dogs.
Yeah.
Like, it goes under the thing, and then out come all the dogs. Hey,
Right.
guess what? We just mitigated about 5,000 casualties. Kind
Yeah,
of weird.
right.
Also, you think of the army Thanos gave to Loki, and it was it seemed like a really good army.
Yeah.
Now Thanos is reduced to, like, I brought a fuck ton
Yeah,
of
right.
dogs.
Like, where are all the Chitauri soldiers and
Yeah.
giant? Like, even in other parts of the movie, that shows like the giant like space whales like fucking shit up and Chitauri soldiers fucking shit up. And he's like, nah, we're done with that. Those guys all had to be paid health insurance. Now we've got demon dogs because they're animals and we have to pay for them.
Demon
almost
dogs,
see
a
it-
dude with an anvil, or not an anvil, but
And then like
An angry
his-
horn
and,
chick.
and,
yeah.
and a really weird horned chick.
and the one Tau Psyker.
Yeah,
and the
One Tau Psyker in the whole.
Yeah.
Is that
fucking
the one who
universe.
got spaced?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking
I
Tau.
love that character.
Yeah, he was a
does
good
look like
character.
Yeah.
It was Squidward.
Squidward. Yeah, sure.
But I loved how they had to. I love when they spaced him. It's just like, turns out this kid's seen a lot of movies.
Right? Yeah, it was pretty good. Anyway, Avengers, fantastic movie. You should go see it. If you haven't already. And if you haven't already, shame on you.
Spoilers over.
Spoilers.
This
spoilers
is where you
are
turn
now
us back
done.
on.
Yeah, now you can listen to us again if you've been not listening to us.
You can listen to us again and not hear about
I
how
imagine.
Spider-Man
I
dies.
imagine because we're not actually putting a timestamp in here for when the spoilers are over.
Yep.
That you've just started listening at some point and you've had your fingers over your ears going la 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 the whole time, and now you're good to go.
They do that most of the time when they're listening to us, I'm sure.
Rather like it's just them bitching about stuff again.
They're like, damn, this is a really CJ heavy episode.
It's a really CJ heavy episode. Wow.
It's like the one where you lose interest and just like, I'll wait till next week.
It's just all time talk. I don't get it.
It's a CJ episode,
It's a
everybody.
CJ episode. Oh
I get
no.
myself stuck in a time Vindaloop.
Oh no. Is that like a Joey episode on like Friends? Is that what that is?
It's like a Meg
You don't dislike.
episode.
Oh, it's a Meg episode. You don't dislike Joey, but you just kind of zone out on that
Sorry,
episode.
CJ, I didn't
all
mean
right.
to strap you to that.
No, it's okay.
Ooh, that was cold. Cold as ice.
So, big news today.
Yes.
Huge news.
Lots of huge news, really, from multiple companies.
Let's talk about the Wizard's meltdown real quick.
Okay.
Because, holy crap, did that... Kyle almost killed himself.
There was definitely a moment today
He
where
had
I was
his
just
toe
like,
in the shotgun trigger.
yeah, waiting on hold, 50-second caller in the queue, just waiting to see if I need to blow my fucking head off or not. So, today, this has been the highlight of my day. Today, Wizards of the Coast, who are the creators, or not the creators, they're the purveyors of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah.
Dog fart, that was awful.
That dog fart smells terrible. We need to fix that boast.
Getting gassed out here. So, Wizards of the Coast, the purveyors of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, sent out an email today. Now
They give it and they take it
yeah, they
away.
give it and they take it away. We probably get like a dozen automated emails from them a week, and it's always usually just like, here's what's coming out. Hey, here's what we're out of stock of. Here's when it's going to come back into stock. But they're pretty good about letting you know when things are out and when they're going to come back. Well, today they sent out an email, and the email just said that we were going to lose our WPN status. What that means is like basically we wouldn't be able to have anything. Essentially, we wouldn't be able to hold any of the tournaments. Is that the actual email? Oh, that's the apology email.
Yeah, we got an apology.
I was like, I looked at this email and I'm like, what the fuck? And I immediately I just log on to their website and they've got a thing up there being like, the email you may have received is erroneous. Only several stores are having their WPN status removed. Turns out some asshole in the automated
Sent
mailing
all
area
instead of just
just
selected.
clicked send all. Literally every store. I checked into it. Every store from the UK
You need some
to
former
Hawaii.
asshole. You
From
need
the UK to
some
Hawaii
former
got this
employee.
email. So like literally, yeah, no, that guy's
It's,
definitely whoever that is.
it's the same guy who put out that Hawaii.
Hawaii
Right.
Wizards brought him on.
Yeah.
By the way, that happened right after I left from Hawaii, and all my friends are like, "Oh my god!" Like they were
all
freaking
gonna
out, and I was
die.
just like, "Haha, I left." I was like, "Have fun in your nuclear winter."
It'll be a tropical nuclear winter at least.
Yeah.
All the irradiated
It'll
fish
be
are gonna
hot
taste
ash.
great. Yeah, so literally every store out there simultaneously gets this email. All the store owners and managers check it, and immediately, collectively, we begin to lose our fucking shit because no one knows who the stores they're just turning off are.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're just turning off some stores today. We're fucking taking you out. They're like basically like, we're putting the kill on a couple people today. Guess who? Yeah, they did Thanos, some motherfuckers. So like, I'm just like, oh god, I have to get on the phone to Wizards right now. And I call Wizards like I do every Tuesday to put in orders. And I get a busy signal. And I've literally, in my fucking 8 years of doing this, never had a busy signal. And I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do. Like, so I was just like, oh, this is really bad. Because that means that everyone is calling. And like, they literally had to shut off comments on their pages about this because like people were blowing them up on social media. They're like, what the fuck? People are like losing their minds. Like someone's like, it's 3 a.m. here in London and I can't sleep now. Thanks. Like I can't sleep for hours. Like, they're freaking out. So I finally actually just get through to the call system, which then you normally have to wait in line. And like generally when I call in, like there's a queue, right? There's like 6 people that work there, and usually it's like, you are caller number 4 in the queue, and I'm like, oh cool.
You are caller 4,000.
Yeah, no, I got through today, and they're like, you are caller number 52 in the queue, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, there's only an hour left before their office closes. I can't have this sitting over me all night. I have to know now. Thankfully, we got through to somebody, and she's like, yeah, no, that's not for you. Your account's fine. I was like, oh my god. I was like, thank you. I was like, you just made my day. I was like, you're my hero. Because I was like, basically, if you were just for some reason randomly shutting us down, I'd basically just kill myself. I was like, I would rather commit seppuku than face that kind of shame.
I was dishonored my family.
Yeah, right. Like,
I was worried I'd get to the store and have to call Drew and be like, well, bad news. We lost Kyle, and can we move product with blood on it?
Yeah. Right? Like, I'm definitely having Big Swole stand over me and cut my head off with my katana while I use my Tonto to fucking disembowel myself so I know that I'm dead.
That if we have to kill ourselves, you're going to cut our head off because you're strong enough. We're confident you can do it in one blow.
Yeah, we think you would be able to take a man's head off in one single swing with a katana.
I wouldn't want to do it with a katana. I'd want a big axe.
No, I'm not trusting it to an axe. Sorry.
Well, no, like big and heavy, so that way my strength plus the weight.
No, I don't want it to be like
higher inertia.
I want it to be quick and clean. I don't want anything to be like, oh, it kind of like got caught on the spine and then just cut you in half instead. I'm like painfully dying while cut in half.
Big Swole pills up at the very end and just like cuts the top of her head off. Like,
yeah, I don't want you to kill me like Oren Ishii. I just want my fucking head lopped off. We're gonna use a katana.
It slips.
And then we'll have a nice,
yeah.
we'll have like a nice little bamboo mat with white paper that we can set it on to
Oh,
display
yeah.
the customer's house head.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be perfumed in my helmet so that it doesn't offend your warlord when you bring it in. God, if I ever died in battle, I hope somebody would cut off my head. Fuck, that is the ultimate win right there.
That's how you know you did something.
Yeah, right. Like
that's
know,
like me saying
they
if I ever
have to prove that they've killed you, so they cut your head off.
If I ever got El Duce'd, I'd know I somehow made it in life.
Right, hung from a lamppost.
Like
you might
if
get El
I
Duce'd
ever
later this week.
was drug out of a government building like Benito Mussolini and hung from a lamppost, I know I was somehow successful. Like people cared enough to do that.
Right.
I don't think that's care.
No, that's totally care.
Yeah,
care.
Okay.
It's care in a bad way, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we don't randomly like hang like the person that works at the Board of Equality? So
True.
Right? If they're actually going to their time to drag you out, you've done something in life.
You've made a mark on
You've
this
made a
world.
mark on the world.
Yeah.
You're probably at least going to be a footnote in the history book.
We averted crisis.
We did.
Yeah, it turns out it's not for us.
An official store.
Good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
hooray.
Good news. You can play F&M this week.
Right? Because I was just like, immediately I'm like going through my head, I'm like, oh my god. I was like, no pre-releases, no.
Dome of Martin.
I was just like, what did we do? Why did we anger you? I don't know what happened.
Why do you hate us?
Yeah, I was just like, we pissed somebody off. No.
It's basically
I'll never
would be like
criticize you again.
They heard our podcast.
Yeah, right. They heard us.
These
They're like,
motherfuckers.
we're gonna teach those fucking neckbeards. We'll take away their watsy.
They want to bitch about our release
If they had a
schedule,
Thanos to
you
everybody and they
die.
just randomly got rid of 50% of all stores with VPN.
Oh my god, that'd be terrifying. Oh man.
The imagery of stores just turning to dust.
All the sad
I wish I
fedora
could
wearing
draw.
nerds like all the nerds come up like, no, milady. They're like, I tip my fedora to you in sadness. In your memory. Like,
I shall place a rose at your grave.
right? A bunch of nerds with nowhere to go. That'd be so depressing.
We've had that, like when we were closed for a while, where they were like lined up outside our store.
Oh yeah, like when we closed to remodel, people were like lined up, like, why aren't they open?
It's like, I don't understand. Why isn't the door shut?
Right.
There was also the guy that came in while we were remodeling.
Yeah, like literally, like everything's basically pushed into the middle of the
Like
store,
in a
and we're like
pile.
doing the floors and like painting and shit. And this guy comes in and starts like pulling plastic off of our displays, like
Like
we
covered
just left
'cause we're
stuff on
painting.
displays. We covered everything,
And he's like looking at models and stuff.
yeah, he's like pulling plastic. Yeah, I was like, dude, we're closed. And he was like, yeah, I thought it was odd that everything was covered with plastic. I'm like, yeah, because we're closed. Like, notice how there's no one in. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? I've had so many people do that kind of shit.
Does that not show the sad standard that many people are used to for
It
game
does,
stores,
right?
though?
Like that's all it tells me, right? It's not because like the people are like ignorant or anything. They're not. They're just regular Joes.
This guy's clearly been into a store
You've just-
before
yeah,
where that
exactly,
was open,
right?
where there's just piles.
You've been to stores before where it's shitty and there's just shit piled up and it's all crappy.
You're
just like okay with it.
It's like going through an old barn at an auction or something.
Fuck me. That's depressing.
You move a bale of hay, you're like, wow, a 47 Chevy. Like,
47, that's great. Oh man, a 280ZX, that's cool. I've always wanted a Datsun.
you see like some like freshly birthed cats and like
Some barn cats.
yeah, like some
They're
barn
real
cats,
mangy looking.
and then a box of like Terminators.
Oh, sweet. They've got thunder hammers and storm shields. I've always wanted those.
I almost found today to put us into a barn for our tournament.
No.
Well, it's a nice barn. People pay $1,700 a day for that barn.
Well, they're fucking wrong.
It's at the Hereford Ranch,
Sure.
which is really nice. But I would have really enjoyed the imagery of all of our big gamers like going into like play in a horse barn. Like it just would have been funny. It really would have been.
Oh no, my freshly
other big
painted
news.
model fell into some horse crap.
They said they'd shovel it. No, I'm just kidding.
Other big news.
Other big news.
So
The Bitchening 2018.
yes, here we go.
How about X-Wing 2nd Edition?
First of all, can I just
Right.
say, FFG, God damn it. You said, our fucking rep called and was like, we're going to send you an email 1 hour before anyone else. All the stores are going to get to know about this an hour before we release it to the world. I fucking got there at 10 a.m. and there's no goddamn email. And there was no goddamn email at 11. There
never
no
came
goddamn
an email.
Yeah,
There's still no email.
There's still no goddamn email. Fuck you guys.
Yep.
That pissed me off. I could
Also,
I
how
could have
about
slept an
that
extra hour
email
today.
was going to tell us that X-Wing is now going to be a 2nd edition
Yes.
release.
Hooray!
it's a big It's a
Gen
big
Con.
fucking deal. It really is.
Way big. Very polarizing.
Yes.
Can I just say, first of all, it's about fucking time. Like
Yeah.
6 years is a long time to have a single edition. That's not out of the ordinary. Usually
You're
the
not
40K only
wrong.
goes like 5.
Yeah. And,
6 is
and
long.
Of how much it's changed and evolved over the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
I'm impressed they made it this far.
Yeah, I agree.
I am too.
With the I played it a lot when it first came out, and honestly in the last I probably haven't played it in a couple of years, but there's a reason why. It's a bit intimidating.
Yeah, I played the last time I really played was like when the U-Wing came out and like the Rogue One stuff came out, and I was enjoying it, and like I just realized like I played a few games with some people, and I was like, wow, I have no idea what's going on in this game. Like the meta had shifted so much. People were like, well, these are my grappling hook TLT armed doodads, and like
Led by
all sorts of,
Sarge
like,
Ventress.
yeah, right, like all sorts of crazy shit, and I was just like, oh, all right.
And-
What's a TLT? And they're like, haha, get wrecked. Like, prepare to suffer, noob. Like, just shitting on me.
I have the same problem because I used to play a lot, and I played competitively. I played in the Hoth Open.
See, I'm more of a
and
casual
Adepticon.
X-Wing guy.
Yeah, I used to love to play Adepticon.
I like the thematics
And
of it.
I basically got raped to death by Poe Dameron for like 4 rounds, and it ruined me for a while. And then when I tried to get back in, like you, it was so foreign to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like I don't even understand this world anymore.
I would generally say, like, in most situations for minis, because I do a lot of mini gaming, I would generally say I'm more of a casual player to begin
Yeah.
with. So, like, I don't get as into, like, the tournament style games.
So it's interesting how they're doing it,
Yes.
right? They're releasing a core set with some
New pilots.
Some new pilots, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And
there's
then
6 new ships,
There's going to be
dials and dice.
So is it 6 all new, never before seen ships, or
No,
6
they're the same
variations
ships.
of ships?
Well, so
the
like Luke's
X-Wing,
in it
like,
again,
moves.
right? So Luke Skywalker's in it.
The X-Wing moves?
the X-wing.
The wings are going to move. They're going to make the
move.
models
Ooh, that'll
more
only be like another
explosive.
4 months per model for production time.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we wanted to make them cooler, but that adds 4 more months production time on
As
each
these
one.
tiny child laborers
Yeah,
put
right.
them
The
in.
tiny Chinese children are building them. Like,
It's like, let's go, child labor force.
So then, from what I understand, is they're going to retcon the older ships.
$50 to get everything in your faction.
That's not too
per faction.
Per faction.
faction.
But
So $150 to update every ship if you owned every ship.
and it's like hundreds of cards in these update things.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like most people have ships from each faction, but they don't play each faction.
No.
Right? Like, because
Especially
everybody's
if you
got ships from
focus in
everything.
on
Like,
one.
if you're competitive, you got all the ships because you want all the cards.
Yes.
But you're probably
that
not
was the
playing
question
all the
that
factions.
I saw the main designer. I can't remember his name. He was interviewed. Is are you going to have to go buy all the? If you're an Imperial player, you're going to have to buy the Rebel ships to get the cards. Apparently, they're abandoning that model and they're going to make it like Legion, so you don't need to get both sides just to get the cards.
I think you still will on some level because it just makes so much sense as a sales model to me to have it where you need to get everything. Like, that just makes sense. I don't know why they wouldn't.
It's like K-Wings for a long time where people buy them, like open it up, ship goes tossed in a side pile, pull out your TLT.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm an Imperial player and I just want a TLT. Thanks,
I paid
K-Wing.
$20 for my TLT.
Right.
But they're also creating Resistance and First Order as their own factions.
They're adding two factions.
I can't tell you how happy this makes me because nothing pisses me off more than when I have like Kylo Ren and Darth Vader flying together in a squadron against me and I just lose my shit. I can't handle it.
It breaks your thematics. It
Breaks
fucks
my
your immersion
thematics, and as a man who's an expert on time, it doesn't work. It
CJ
just
is
doesn't
an
work.
expert time wizard.
Yeah, I guarantee
Time
you,
Lord.
Time
it does
Lord.
not work. Don't do it. You're a bad person.
So another thing that I found interesting is how much the app that they've created is coming into play.
Huge.
That's-
It's required.
Yeah,
for
that seems like a thing
competitive
that
point
most
play.
games are going to right now.
Well,
Like
it makes
board
sense
games,
too in case they have to update
everything.
anything.
Yeah,
Well,
because
so that's
the
the
points and
advantage,
the
right?
upgrades
Yeah.
on it will not be
It's
permanent. They're not
quicker.
the cards.
That's the advantage. It's quicker
all
updates.
there.
This is kind of like
But-
why GW did that with like AOS.
I like the idea that they have the threat levels where it's like a pre-built ship that you can still play it and play the game casually and you don't.
Oh,
need
yeah,
the app. I think that'll be good for kids. It'll be good
Yeah,
for
I think
demos.
I think it's good for like learn to
Learn
play.
to play.
A kind of power level-y sort of game.
They're introducing Force into the game. Kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I'm intrigued by the concept of Force.
It's basically a resource that you
Yeah.
can spend. It's like a fate point in D&D.
Yeah.
That lets you do.
I guess for
cool
me,
things.
my hope, my hope for the new edition is that all the ships feel reasonable to take. Like right now, I feel like there's not a lot of reason to take a bunch of the ships. Like there's lots of things that you would just like, if you put it on the table, it would be like putting Vespid on the table in 40k. People would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like there's
Yes.
lots of things still in 40k that you just never take. Not as many as there used to be with the new edition. And I feel like X-Men was getting to that place. Like there's lots of ships you just wouldn't take. And I don't like that because there's so many cool ships in Star Wars. Like that's half the fun for me of Star Wars is all the badass stuff. They should all be viable. So I'm hoping that they make them all viable and then they make it about actually flying the ships as opposed to just what upgrades you have. Like I would like more skill put into the game as opposed to being like, well, I bought all the things, so I have the best deck. That doesn't feel as good to me.
Some of the other mechanical changes, I have a list here.
Oh, look at you.
I know. Turrets are all going to, you're going to have to change direction. They're not going to just be 360 anymore. So you can arc dodge turrets. Essentially, people have to spin their turrets to what direction they want them facing. Like the Shadowcaster.
Okay.
So the turret's not just like the auto.
Is there like a little
amazing
dial
thing.
in the
Yeah,
middle
there's a
of the
little
thing?
secondary twisty thing on the base that you turn.
That way you'll have more trouble like picking your ship up from the table to turn the thing.
Yeah.
People will start losing their shit. Like, you need to put a thing down so we can see exactly where it went.
Well, at least it's not a token.
Why? That would make more sense.
The token guide FFG is like, oh boy, we got a lot of work to do here.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, I just want to... Well, no, let's finish talking about this before I talk about the next thing.
They also have green and red and normal actions now. Like there's certain actions that are harder that will make you take a stress, and a green action will let you do 2 actions. Like it's a free action. So
Okay.
That's like
that'll be
changing.
kinda
That's like
cool.
changing radio station and
I think
focus.
they changed it to blue, by the way. Not that matters.
The blue
Instead
is
of
on the
green.
maneuvers.
Oh, okay.
Blue's
All
on the
right.
maneuvers
Gotcha.
for easy maneuvers now. I don't know why they did that, but
It's a colorblind thing.
Oh, interesting. I would
Neat.
have never thought of that. I'd just be like, people who can't see green, you can't play. Sorry.
Suck it, color.
Suck it, colorblind people.
Jesus, Thanos.
Yeah. Colorblind. We're going to have to get rid of half
There's
the
no more
colorblind
Hitler.
people.
It's just Thanos.
It's just Thanos now. Let's see. They're tweaking all of the different upgrades you can have. Let's see. What are some of the other cool ones here? That's linked actions. Token improvements. It says new token design, and some of them are front and back now. The end of round tokens.
FFG, I love you. You know what you do well. They're like, fucking make more cardboard tokens. Yeah.
It says the end of round tokens are all round, so that you can end the round when you pull the round ones. Like, I don't know what that
What
even
the
means.
fuck? What?
Round means pull it.
Yep. Yes. Bases are improved. All bases now have rear arc marked on them to make it easier to see if you're in someone's rear arc or not. So that's something. Dial improvement styles have been designed, have been changed in design so they are easier to read. The front is the back, and the back is the new design.
Huh?
So
The
basically,
front is the back and the back is the new design?
so all of your maneuvers are now exposed on the back, so you can see every maneuver without having to twist it. And then there's a little arrow, so when you twist it, you just leave on the arrow.
That makes
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah.
That's good. I
Yep.
like that.
It's a good upgrade.
Because I don't remember, I don't play enough X-Wing, so I do frequently have to go through my entire dial to see what I need to do. I'm like, what can I do? What are my options for movement? So that's a good choice.
They're also making card layouts old people friendly. They're going to be larger text.
Large text?
So people can read them easier.
for all the
getting older.
senior citizens playing
Yeah.
X-Wing.
See a 90-year-old guy. Finally!
But I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a big deal because it's the #1 game in the world for miniatures.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the biggest IP in the world, right? Like, it's fucking Star Wars.
It is.
Everybody knows Star Wars. Jesus, they have Star Wars in Afghanistan. For God's sake.
You're not wrong.
But all the people
Star
going,
Jihad.
I don't want a second edition. They're making me spend my money.
I have
Well,
I saved a comment here for
that's-
folks to hear.
Wow.
I gotta play the nerd rage. Right?
So here's a nerd comment. I won't say their name, but it says, "This is their way of nickel and diming us to death. Time to get out. Plus, down the road, when they no longer support the app, I guess we're hosed."
And this is from Bell of Lost Souls. So
Yes,
everybody knows.
so it's extra trolly, but
Yeah, Bell of Lost Souls is particularly salty.
Yeah.
Like, people on there are really salty.
I saw one, and I'm not going to use a name, that said, well, this is why I'm going to play Legion instead. Like, I guarantee
I think
you,
it's fine.
5 years in the future,
there'll be a new Legion
there'll
edition.
be a Legion 2.0.
Yeah, Legion 2.0 will happen for sure.
What I love is that people are like, when that guy, like, they're not going to support the app forever. Do you understand who FFG is?
Right.
This is a company that basically prints money. Like,
Right.
the app will be supported. Trust me.
I appreciate, so I think on one hand, because we're a little more jaded towards it because CJ and I have been playing for the better part of 2 decades.
Yes.
Right, so we're used to it. I think one thing that people have to keep in mind is a lot of the Star Wars minis gamers are relatively new.
They are.
Right?
You're right.
Because when you
They
look at
are
it, the
relatively
Star
new.
Wars is a miniatures game. Really, there was a couple little ones beforehand, but never really took off until X-Wing. So the most veteran Star Wars mini players are only 6-year veterans,
Sure.
right?
And-
So that's it's
And
all
I
new
mean,
to
that's
them.
a wonderful thing about the game because it's brought so many people that never played minis before into
right.
playing
Yeah,
minis.
which is great, and I love it. I think that's the
it's
best
like
thing
the
about
gateway
it.
drug of minis.
Yeah, like you dip your toes in Star Wars, and then you start progressively getting into more and more crunchy games. Like,
Yeah.
I feel
When
like
I-
a grizzled old veteran, though.
Right.
Like, I lived through the D&D edition wars.
Right? Well, when I saw when
I
I started seeing on Bell of Lost Souls and stuff all the salty reactions, I was like, "Oh, sweet summer child, you know nothing of new editions." Like
they're
they were
talking
like,
about-
it's $150 to update, and I'm like, dude, when the new edition of
Like
Warhammer
6th
comes
of
out,
7th was 2 years.
yeah,
Like,
right. It was 2 years between edition
Games
6 and
Workshop's
7
like,
for
you give
Warhammer.
me another $150.
Yeah, when the new edition of Warhammer comes out, I
Or
generally
do not
buy a
pass go, do
$160
not play.
starter set that I don't even need.
Yeah.
And then I usually buy a hardcover copy of the rule.
I can
This
buy
time it came in there.
everything
Yeah.
that exists in X-Wing and still spend less than I do starting most Warhammer armies. Like, especially when I was playing
Yeah,
Heresy.
it's getting close now.
Oh,
It's
when I
about- if
played
you bought-
Heresy,
well, Heresy's a different
that's a new
animal.
thing. Well, that's my point. Is you and I are more into the more taboo and
The more
exotic
esoteric
stuff. The
things,
esoteric
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
it is.
if you bought every
I
Star
probably
Wars,
spent $3,000 on just my Emperor's Children army.
if you bought every Star Wars ship, I
dark
think it's something like
secrets.
$500. I think it's like $500 to get
There are
all
now
of the
55
X-Wing
ships
ones.
out. They
Yeah.
said that in the article.
So it's more than that.
How
It's
right?
definitely 55.
Holy shit.
Well, so here's the thing, right? Not all the ships cost $14.95, but
Right.
just assume they did.
Now
That's
keep in mind that's
$822.
counting round dish, Millennium Falcon, and Square Dish Millennium
So
Falcon.
yeah,
ships.
let's just look at it this way.
Yeah.
If every ship was $14.95, which the vast majority of them are, but there are still ships that are $100 and $40. Even if they were to buy every single ship in X-Wing, it's actually $822.25 before tax. So X-Wing is actually not any more cheap or expensive in my mind than Warhammer.
That's
the big
true,
difference
especially if
is
you're
you can
coming
get into
in new.
X-Wing really easily with
Yeah.
$40 starter set. $40K you can get in for $80.
I mean, if you're not caring about tournaments, like $100 in X-Wing, and you've got yourself a good little fleet of whatever faction.
Exactly. But it's not. I mean, none of the trick is like every miniature game that comes out always bills itself as like we're the cheapest miniature game. None of them are. Like War Machine tried to do that for a long time. They're like, oh, we're super cheap. It's like, no, dude, you're not. It's all
They're
the same.
actually
It's all the
more
same
expensive
cost.
per
War Machine,
unit.
War Machine is more expensive per model now. Yeah, but roughly all the miniatures games are the same cost. So you're not like saving any money by playing one over another. So I guess my point is like, just be prepared. Like every 5-6 years, you're gonna get a new edition, and you need one because it rebalances things. It makes things relevant again. It brings in
Games
new
evolve.
lifeblood.
I said this on Facebook
things
today.
change.
Games evolve.
Yeah.
And luckily, you'll have an X-Wing 2.0 and an X-Wing 3.0.
Oh yeah.
And
I
here's
think
the thing:
if they never updated, I think it would die.
it would die.
Yeah.
It would absolutely. And I've thought for a while now, X-Wing. I thought a year ago X-Wing was getting to the point where it had to do a reset.
Yeah,
eventually.
I've felt like in the past year, like the sales for X-Wing have always been pretty steady and good, but I felt like X-Wing as a game was really stagnant.
I felt so too.
So I'm really excited.
I'm
Like
excited
I fully
too. I'm
intend to
pumped.
play more X-Wing when the new edition comes out.
Me too.
I probably won't play any until then because
We might even convince Ryan to
Whatever.
play.
But like I'm waiting for Saw's.
He's not. No comment.
I'm waiting for Saw's Renegades. I really love the look of Saw's Renegades. I do wish that here's one of my wish list things for X-Wing. And I think it'd be a good thing for FFG. So if you guys are listening, which I know you're not, but it's okay.
We'll have you on if
Please
you contact us.
release unpainted versions of your ships.
Yeah.
Because it would speed up production time. Like I'm not saying replace the painted versions. I'm just saying in addition to release unpainted ones. Yeah, because I'd like to paint my own without having to worry about repainting them.
I don't want to repaint them.
I don't want to repaint them because
Like,
they look
the work's
good.
done and
I
they
don't-
look good.
Yeah, right. Like I don't want to fuck it up. I would love to just paint my own, and it would be like that much less time they have to spend.
Versus like Legion, there's no choice. I mean, you've got to like.
Right.
I'm sitting on.
Not that Legion is coming out any
another-
faster than X-Wing, but
10 stormtroopers I got to paint by Friday, and I'm just like, oh my god.
do you wanna, now that we're talking about Legion, do you want to talk about General Veers?
Yeah, he turns out he's sold out. He's been out 4 days.
Hey, would you like
He
General
was
Veers?
out. He was out
No.
3 days and he sold out already.
Yeah.
So I actually realized. I don't know if you maybe heard the last podcast where we were talking about my new job for FFG would be their quality assurance manager, and I would just double everything that they said they have on pre-order. They'd be like, "Hey Kyle, we have 10,000 units of General Veers on order," and I'd go, "Sweet, double it." Well, yeah, and then they wouldn't have all these fucking problems because General Veers is going to be out for a minimum of at least 2 months. Is my guess. The thing that I realized is that there is absolutely an anti-Kyle who works for FFG. And I'm pretty sure, I'm starting this theory right now, there's an anti-Kyle that works
He's
there.
basically the Kyle from another dimension without the beard. That's
Yeah,
the
he's
evil
got
one.
he's got no beard, that sick son of a bitch. That monster, he looks like a baby. And they come in and they're like, "Hey, anti-Kyle," and he's like, "Hello." And they're like, "Hey, so we've got 10,000 units of General Veers on order." And he's like, "Slash it in half." 5,000.
We don't want to have extras
Like,
now.
here's the thing, right? Like, FFG, I love them. I love the products they make, but they're not changing the way that they make them. They're never going to have enough of any of the things that they make. And I'm sorry to say it because we've already seen a bunch of people come in and be like, "Where's your General Veers?" And I'm like, "They're all gone." Like, here's the thing, guys. Don't take the chance. This is the biggest goddamn IP in the world. Everyone wants to play Star Wars. There are people you don't know who are playing Star Wars. People you don't even see come in. Like, there are people who play Star Wars that don't come into our store at all. That, like, they just play at home. If you want to get a thing, God, please pre-order it. We don't make you prepay. You just pick it up when it comes in.
It's just so we know.
It just helps us accurately order enough stuff so that you aren't left on the
You're not even
release weekend.
forced to buy it.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't
if you
even
change
make
your
you
mind,
buy
it's
it. Like, we just want to know that you want it, right? Like, if you order a bunch of
Because
stuff,
I promise
with us,
we want to sell it to you.
Yeah, trust me.
It's not like
I promise you right now, guys, no one in the world wants you to have your toys more than I want you to have your toys. I want you to have them more than you want you to have them because it's how I pay my mortgage. It's how I eat food, and I love that. Like, please help me.
it's how
help
he
you.
maintains his dwarf physique.
Yeah, this body doesn't maintain itself, buddy. I gotta work for this every day.
It's like if we need to stock 10 and there's like 14 people who are like, "I want it," just tell us so we
Yeah.
can get 14 more.
Here's the thing,
so
right?
we can still have the 10 on the shelf.
Because we
It's
had
like
double the Veers originally
random
ordered.
people.
We literally, like, I put in my initial pre-order, I doubled it, and like it was double the amount of orders that we had. Like, so, like, you know, it was double the amount of pre-orders we had. So I'm like, okay, I doubled it. That seems good. That's the Kyle theory.
Yeah.
Find the pre-orders, double it. Like, that seems to work usually. And they're all gone, and people are disappointed. And nothing makes me more sad than you being sad because you can't get your toys. Because I want you to be happy. At the end of the day, that's why I'm in the business.
We sell happiness.
Yeah, right? Like, I want you to be happy because I want happy people around me all the time so I can play games with happy people. That's
Last thing I want is somebody coming in being really sad and mopey because they can't have the cool model. They
Yeah,
wanna
no,
play with.
that's literally like mission failure. I want you to be happy. However, I'm not a psychic. Like, you gotta help me. I do my best. I do my best. Guesses.
If he was a psychic, he'd be making a fortune.
Yeah, no, I totally
like
would.
working for FFG.
Yeah, I would totally be making.
Even though he wouldn't, he could just pretend to be a psychic and be like, double this, and they'd be like, God, he's so
Oh my
brilliant.
God, he's brilliant. Yeah, like
He must commune with the gods.
yeah, he knew everything. He just said double it and it sold. Yeah, right. You know, I want you to get your toys.
Like,
here's the thing, guys. I can't harp on this enough. Please don't take chances. Like, I know that you want us to just have it on release day, and we try to just have it on release day, but it's the most popular fucking IP in the world. Like, I can't guarantee that it'll be there for more than an hour after I take it out of the box.
The thing you have with Star Wars that you don't have with almost any of our other products, especially, is that there are random people that come in that have never played or not going to play, and they'll buy it just because it's Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yep.
I totally have had people come in like on release day for a new X-Wing thing and go, "These are really cool. I'll buy the last one you have
And put it on my desk."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like I put it on a desk, never play it once, and then someone doesn't get a TIE silencer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
suck it, dude. Like, so it's Star Wars, guys. It is popular, and I want you to have all your toys because I promise you, I got a General Veers. I pre-ordered one.
Yeah.
I included that in my order. It's like,
Me too.
you know, I want you to get your toys. Just let us know. You know. There's
Snowtroopers
no
are coming soon. Come
there's
tell
no
us.
there's no downside to this, right? Like, the only scenario in which you don't get stuff is if you order stuff a bunch of times and never pick it up, then I'll stop ordering for you.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you just came in and said, I want to buy this, and then I'm not going to make you pay for it, you know, tentatively the agreement is you just come pay for it when it comes in. That's it. And honestly, we even work with you. Like, new releases, I'll hold it for a whole week. I get it, man. If it's not payday and you want to wait another week, I don't have a problem with that. I know how
Just
life
talk to
works.
us.
Yeah, just let us know, man. We're super reasonable.
I'm the guy who received the General Veers. I opened a case
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah.
and I put them out. And then I came in the next day for work, and I was like, "Oh, they're all gone."
Yep.
Like,
just gone.
I had a full table full at like 11:15 in the morning, and then by 11 a.m. the next day, they were all gone.
And here's the thing, guys. I've ordered multiple cases of snowtroopers. I imagine we will sell out in the first couple days. Like, I'm getting 3 squads myself.
Yeah.
Like, definitely do not sleep on this, guys. If
Yeah.
you want Star Wars, let us know, man. We want to make sure you get it. We want you guys to be happy. We want you to have all your toys. So please help us.
Cool.
Shit, yeah.
We're ready for last word.
We are.
Wow.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Did we blow through this episode?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're 55 minutes.
Damn. It's felt like really short to me.
Yeah, it felt
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
That's because it's fun.
Yeah, it's just fun, right?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
It's always a big argument who goes first. I feel. Like.
I know. Well, we always put one of these on the spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I am so excited. I head to Chupacabra Con on Thursday.
The Donkey Trail to Chupacabra.
Yes. I did make some laughs.
Are you going to see a donkey show at Chupacabra Con?
I won't be that close to making it.
Yeah, my show's called Kelly and the Sexy Stud.
So I made a couple
Where's Kelly?
changes yesterday, I think, to my schedule. I dropped the Savage World Simpsons thing.
That seemed kind of weird.
I rethought, like, I found a D&D module that was written by a guy who's in the community and
Oh, that's cool.
has some actual stuff published. So,
Do you know who it is? Like,
top
put
of
you
my
on the
head,
spot.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Anyhow,
I didn't know if
doing
maybe
that.
it was Colin Strickland. Shout out to Colin Strickland. He's a polished DM. I know him.
Yeah, no, it's not
He's
Colin.
pretty fun.
Yeah, so got that. And one game that I'm going to bring home with me, it's called Teenage Kids on Bicycles.
What?
That sounds like a game that is going to be on like a show with Chris Hansen later.
Yeah. No, that actually sounds
So
like
it's
you know, a
Goonies, Stranger Things type of thing.
Oh, I was gonna say it sounds like a show off of Netflix where you find this strange
total
girl in
ET
the woods and
kind of stuff. So
and
I'm gonna bring
she
that
gets
home
a
with us. We'll be
hamburger.
playing that, I'm sure. Yeah,
she steals
so
a hamburger.
I'll have all kinds of news when I come back about all things Chupacon.
Okay. There's an underlying conspiracy.
You, Kyle, do you got one this week?
Actually, I thought about this.
Oh, cool.
I actually think I might have a couple last words, in all honesty.
Of course.
No, you're not my
You
dad.
get one.
You're not my dad. So my first thing I want to say is just last night, I watched Atomic Blonde.
I tried watching that.
I watched it it's on HBO. If you haven't seen Atomic Blonde, you need to watch that shit. It's so good. It's set in 1989 in Berlin, height of the Cold War. It is kind of like a femme fatale Jason Bourne sort of feel, except that
I saw it in theater.
the fighting in it is like 10 times cooler than Jason Bourne. Like the Jason Bourne fights are all really good and intense, but hers are visceral because there is just like bruised faces and blood everywhere. Like seriously, like in one fight scene, they're fighting and at like some point she gets hit in the back of the head with something, and like later in the fight scene, there's just blood all up in her hair. Like they kind of the makeup that they did in this movie, they progressively
make them more
and more bruised and beat up. And it was like, to me, it was something small, but it was such a really awesome attention to detail. It was fantastic. The whole movie, super cool. Loved it. It's based on a comic book, so very, very fun. I highly recommend it.
They greenlit part 2.
God, I hope so.
Weeks.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I would love to see that again. It was fantastic.
Do you know if they greenlit that one show you refused to finish?
What was it? Travelers?
Travelers.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what they did? They did greenlight recently. It was season 3 of The Last Kingdom, which makes me really, really happy because fuck, I love that show so much. Ah, Uhtred son, you're my favorite. Uhtred, son of Uhtred, yeah, of Bevenberg. Yeah.
What you got, CJ?
I had an amazing one that I was so excited to share with you all. That was dynamic and interesting and different, and I completely fucking forgot it.
Deal. I'll go with my second one.
I
wanted to shout out.
I've been sitting here for 10 minutes trying to think. Shit.
I wanted to do a really quick shout out to some friends of mine, Colin and Laurel, and their project, the Hero's Handbook. If you haven't checked out the Hero's Handbook, it's on Facebook. You can find it online. It's a really fun comic strip that they do. Really, really cool. Love the Hero's Handbook. So definitely go check that out if you guys haven't seen it. Cool.
Here's my plan B. Last word. I started. Plan B. You always have to have one of those, right? Right, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
So
hurts after. I screwed the joke up. No. Damn it!
I knew where I was going to.
Are you talking about actual plan B? Like,
yeah. I was gonna be like, it helps after a sloppy night. Screw up the joke.
If you don't want a wafer, plan B.
So, I started watching Lost in Space last night.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's
I think it's really.
It's
cool.
on my list. I gotta see it.
You don't like it? No.
I have some complaints.
Okay.
I have some complaints.
Well, I've only watched one episode, so don't spoil it.
I won't.
I really like it. I like the robot. I like that Sir Jorah Mormont is the dad. So
Sir Jorah, the explorer of the friend zone.
That's who it is.
Yeah, it is.
So
I had fun with it. They take a much more realism approach to it, I think, than traditionally. Wouldn't you say? Like,
yes, they do, but there's some things like.
Is it going to be a lifting thing, like trying to hold Chewbacca?
No.
There's no way. They could have pushed that door open.
There's no way you could hold Chewbacca at that angle for that amount of time on a train.
It's nothing like that.
But what if Han Solo had Magna boots, like the Magna boot troopers?
I think Ryan would say pull his arm out of socket, probably.
Yeah, it would.
Also, I think I would vote you most likely to battle Thanos if the Hulk was not available.
I would not want to. He would punch my head clean off.
He probably would.
I think you could take him.
No.
Look at you. You're
what about me?
You're
Thanos
giant
is a
man.
supernatural titan from beyond the stars, and I'm a human who just picks stuff up sometimes. What do you want me to do?
It's like
that would be like a toddler with a stick coming at me.
Like Thanos.
Hit me in the leg. I just grab the thing, snap it, and throw him. I'm done. Problem
throw
solved.
him just like Thanos threw Gamora down a cliff. Spoiler!
Gotcha!
Got you good if you try to skip that shit. Also, basically, all the Guardians except for Rocket die. Oh! Double spoiler.
Poor Groot.
Yeah.
Fuck, no one cares about Groot dying, man. Whatever.
The girls do.
Sure. Even Jenna didn't care, I don't think. She was probably like, that's sad, and then just kind of like, man.
There was at least one girl that was listening.
Well, here's the thing.
Spider-Man died, who was like, oh no.
Here's my big complaint about the Avengers thing, right? I enjoy the movie. Go see the movie. It's great. But my big thing is, we all know
We don't believe they're dead.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. I mean, it's a comic book, guys. Like,
Well, I know.
everyone
but
that
how
dies
can
is
you
coming
get
back.
sad
I was
about
like
Surprise.
super, super sad. I'm like, oh, because the time stone exists in this universe. Sorry.
They'll be good.
Yeah, like
That's my.
I
only
think people
thing.
are sad because they're still attached to the characters. This character still dies. Their death isn't necessarily cheapened by the fact that they can come back.
Disagree.
kind of is.
I mean, people
It's
have
like
made
the
a religion
Krillin
around
syndrome.
somebody doing that for 2,000 fucking years. Trust me.
here's the
Their
thing.
death is not cheapened by them coming back.
It like for anyone who
Millions
wants
of
to
millions of people literally love that concept. Okay, it's fucking proven. I'm sorry. Like, no one is like, well, now that Jesus is back, he doesn't seem as cool. Like, it didn't mean anything now that you came back. It's the fucking opposite, guys. Okay, it's more
I'll give you
important that
that.
they come back. There's literally a fucking religion. People have murdered millions of other people about this exact thing. Okay, it's real. It's happened. Like, people are fucking super pumped about that concept.
So you have a last word, Ryan?
I have a last.
can't argue.
Yeah, I know. There's no argument to that. I'm sorry.
It's kind of a long last word. I had a perfect one like CJ on the way over here. In the production, I've forgotten it.
me
So I'm
too.
just gonna say thank you to all the viewers.
Oh, you're
Oh,
fucking
hold on.
you're bogarting my shit.
No,
You're bogarting
no,
my shit right
There's
now.
more. There's more.
Fuck.
There's more.
This is a hard R
Also,
episode, by the way.
please, yeah, this is definitely a hard R.
I've dropped a lot of F-bombs. It's been one of those days.
I dropped a few.
For all of our non-existent children listeners, I'm sorry.
We've ruined their innocence.
The other thing is, please comment on the video what you want us to do, because I know we're going to start opening it up to board game playthroughs and
Yeah,
RPGs.
if you want us to wear something more sensual while we record.
Yeah.
Or if
I
you
mean,
want us to talk
If you like the
slower.
imagery of us in Speedos in a really hot room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you for all the support you guys
Man,
give
you
us.
fucking bogarted my shit so hard.
He did Beauregard you.
Yeah, he did.
What you gonna
That
say?
was full on Southern carpetbagging.
Yeah, he was. You just Liz Cheney'd me real hard. You just fucking rolled in and pretended to be right where I'm from. Like, I live here too. It's cool. Yeah, sure.
It's cool. I'll be your congressperson.
Yeah, uh-huh. Thanks.
I can also see Russia from my backyard.
Yeah, I
It's
bet
like
you
the
can.
second she wins, like, well, I'm jetting off to Virginia.
Yeah, right. Like, back to Virginia. See ya.
I'll come out for fairs.
Okay, that's our time, everybody.
Yay.
I
Bye.
will see you.
Now that we've
post
offended
Chupa.
like everybody.
Okay, have a beautiful time. Love you. Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay,
I love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, have a beautiful time. Goodbye.